Guys, Will from Melbourne Strength and Conditioning. Just got another new variation of a single leg exercise for you to try out. So recently I did another video blog about the dead stop single leg RDL. Well, this is the dead stop split squat. So same principle. So, a regular split squat, right, here, all good. Good exercise, plenty of progression to go from there. Here's one of them. So with the dead stop split squat, set yourself up from the bottom, get in the half kneeling position, get that rear knee riding behind the kettlebell. You can do it with a dumbbell, but a kettlebell tends to work better. It's a bit more ergonomic. The handle sits up, it's a bit easier to grab. But you can make do with a dumbbell, right? And then what we tend to do is just shorten that stance a little bit, right? Just to give us a bit more room for that knee to drop down, we want to shorten this front leg a little bit. So come up from there, check your stable, and then we go all the way down, and just at the last second, before we're going to come back up, we grab the kettlebell on the way up. So I'll do a few reps. Okay, so you see what's happening is we go all the way down with no weight. And then as I go to reverse that motion, at the last second, I'm grabbing that kettlebell straight away. Right, so what we have to get there is some reflexive stability on two fronts. One, just at the legs, right, the weight's offset, so it's trying to pull us over to one side, right? It's one thing to do an offset split squat from the top, here, which is a great exercise in itself, and here we've got to resist that offset load, right? It's trying to pull us to one side. But with the dead stop option, we're going down unloaded, so we're symmetrical. We go down, and then all of a sudden, come back up with weight. So we've got to very quickly adjust to that change in weight, right, to that asymmetry. On top of that, we also get some reflexive stability in that sort of posterior shoulder, because as we grab it, we don't want the kettlebell to pull that shoulder forward and pull us into that rounded posture. So as soon as I grab it, I want to already be fairly locked into that kind of shoulder back and down position. It doesn't have to be super aggressive, we're not doing a max effort deadlift here, but just enough to resist that shoulder from coming forward. So on the way up, that shoulder just stays pretty much in the same position. All right? And then on top of that, what we're getting is we're actually getting double the amount of reps. So typically I might prescribe this anywhere from 6 to 10 reps a side. And because we're doing one rep, we count each rep where we pick the weight up, but then we come up without the weight in between. So you're actually doing twice as many reps. So if we were doing, say, 8 a side, you're actually going to do that split squat 16 times on that one side, right? And then when we get to the second side, it's another 16 times, 32 reps for a set. It's a lot of work. So it becomes very metabolically demanding. It's a lot of work for the quads in terms of that muscle pump, the metabolic stress to the muscle. So good option for hypertrophy, particularly for the quads and the glutes, which are working hard through this. And just a good option to run for a couple of weeks for those stability demands. So just to make people more athletic in general, get some movement variability. Another option to many of the single leg training varieties we've got. So I'll just show you a couple more reps, one more time. Right, set up from the bottom, shorten that front leg, get wide enough that you're on tram lines. We don't want to be crazy wide like this. We don't want to be in line because you're just going to fall over. So pretty much in line with your hip bones. Come up, check it. Right, grabbing that weight straight away. I don't want to delay. I don't want to go down and kind of rest on the kettlebell and then come up. I want it to be reflexive. So I grab it the last second on the way up. Right, and I'm working pretty hard there. My legs are already starting to burn. That's only a 24 kilo kettlebell. You won't need a ton of weight for that one. Try it out, see how you go.